Good evening. This is Monica McGee from Group 6. On the behalf of my fellow group members, I would like to take a moment to thank everyone for taking the time to watch our presentation on athletic study. You was probably wondering how we came up with the idea of athletic study. Athletic study was proposed by our team leader, Brandon Simmons. It is an application that will allow college student athletes the opportunity to receive high-quality tutoring services while they are competing at various campuses. Before we get too deep in the application of athletic study, allow me to introduce our team members. We have Stazane Snyder, Benjamin Grinstead, Johnny Jordan, Brandon Simmons, and myself, Monica McGee. Now let us dive into the background information of athletic study. So why did we want to create athletic study? Our group felt like there is a need for this application because we have all heard the stories of student athletes falling behind in their studies. So we wanted to create an app so they can have all these tutoring services at their fingertips.
Hello everybody, my name is Brandon Simmons. I'm here to talk to you about alpha study. So let's jump right into it. So this slide is talking about the purpose of the program. This is a system that will allow students to access the tutoring services as well as allow athletes to access the tutoring services as well. We intend for this program to allow people to be able to go to different campuses. And currently we did have to dial down our scope, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So this program, individually, we wanted to develop it so that it would help individuals have a better connection with their tutors. And it will also help those students gain better learning skills as well as gain better academic opportunities, such as one-on-one sessions and maybe even some group sessions to hear some of their fellow peers out as well. So let's talk about the scope. So the scope of this program actually started out to be a Android application program, but that scope was a little bit too big at the time, so we did have to dial it down to so hopefully in the end what we'll be able to end up with an application that users can download our application and install it on their desktop computer and run the executable file, and just allow the website just to inform individuals and put some contact pages and some other information about the program. A good example of that would be Oracle's webpage. So on the Oracle webpage, a good example of that would be Oracle's home webpage. So on the home webpage, it gives you all the details and information on the current downloads that they have available for users, and then the user can go and they can download that executable file and download it and install it on their program. And if they need any documentation, they can download that as well. And if they need to contact Oracle has posted their contact information on their website. So the website is just used for information, and they actually allow the individual to download their programs. So that's along the lines of the scope that we were looking at. So why Atlas study? We built this application because there are a lot of individuals that fall through the cracks. Statistics actually on the website, we have a chart that shows some statistics over the couple of years, and statistics has shown that in athletes, society has done better on helping athletes get out of that crunch of in being able to use sports as an excuse. But you still have those, as I stated, you still have those separate individuals that do fall through the cracks, and that's why we wanted to develop a program to help those individuals. So as far as, let's keep going. So the design behind the Apple study. So currently we are using HTML5. We do have some CSS sheets as well. I believe we do have some PHP scripts written, and we are using Eclipse. Another thing that we have not put on here is the Bootstrap. Currently, everything dealing with the HTML is also, we're using Bootstrap as a framework that you can it's a framework that you can actually makes it a little bit more easier to develop your code in. So with the group utilizing the Bootstrap, that allowed us to make our website responsive. So at the end of this, I'm going to be able to do a live stream and be able to pull up and show everybody that it is responsive to your cell phone as well. So continuing on with the screens, how can you access Apple Study? The way we want to be able to allow individuals to access it is we want individuals. We want it to be just like that Oracle page. We want individuals to be able to download our application and install it on their home computer and leave the website just as information. And that actually seems like a easier way to take it, because the server behind the web page, that means that the user has bare minimum on that web page. Then they don't have to log in, they don't have to do any of that, because they have to log in on the application. So it keeps all, we wanted to keep that the user problems away from the website and just focus on the application, because that's where the problems should be happening at. So like I said, you can download. We want to be able to download the application on our website. So these slides are giving a quick sneak peek access to what our desktop application looks like. So when you first start the desktop application, it'll pull up a welcome page, and you can click on enter, and then that enter will take you to another page, which is right here. All right. So this is the next page. So username right here is, I actually used username as my login username. So this page will display a screen displaying that current user's username, and it will also allow that current user to either pick student or teacher. So currently, for explanation purposes and example purposes, we went on ahead and we clicked student, and then we came and once student was clicked. Actually, these slides are slides that I used Johnny1 as our username, and then once you click student, it puts students underneath it, and you can click account information right there. Once you click account information, it'll take you to the account information screen. You can put in your information, and you can hit the submit button, and once you hit the submit button, it will actually bring you to that submit screen, and it has that student button at the bottom where you can click on that student button and it will take you back to that screen that showed you the original options. Next, on that screen, we clicked on Show Tutoring Sessions. When that page came up, we clicked on click here to display your sessions, and currently there is one tutoring session available. Now, continue to scroll down through the PowerPoint. We have our references pages. Our reference pages are the pages that we had a lot of guidance to help our development on this web page and application, and we are currently still using them as development purposes and to help us to gain a better understanding of on what our application needs to do and how our application needs to help individuals. So I wanted to take a look at our website right here, Atlas Study right here. Yeah, Atlas Study right here. Currently we are using webhostapp.com. So you can type in https // Atlas Study .000 at webhostapp.com, and it'll pull up our current website file. And this is our home page right here. We want to it's not all the way complete. We still have some stuff to work on, but we want to have our download links on the side of each page right here. So we want the user to be able to download a executable file, a zip file, and a var file, and a jar file, runnable jar. They can come over on the picture screen. We actually have our presentation, a YouTube presentation on here. So anybody that want to go take a look at that, they can take a look at that. We also have the download links listed below that as well. We also would like to not only post our pictures on here, but allow the user to download our pictures. So thank you for listening, and hopefully we will be done with this website pretty soon. Hopefully. All right. Have a good day. Bye bye. Okay, all right, so let's see.